What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I have another Pete Dye design course for you guys today. Doing another simulator vlog like usual. Today we are playing Copper Creek Golf Club. I had it in Frisco, Colorado, and Home T Hero I think it was like Copper Mountain, but I believe it's the same thing. That was the one that it looked like in Colorado. So this is another Pete Dye course completed in 1986. Real quick before we get into it, Garmin Approach R10 behind me, Country Club Elite mat, DIY stance mat over here, 10x7 nets, and Home T Hero that you're seeing on screen. I finally bit the bullet and went and picked up some new Callaway balls, which I like. Still can't tell if they're exactly the same or different from the other ones that I was talking about in previous videos, but hopefully this is picking it up. But I basically got two different balls. They both have the kind of sticky, tacky matte finish. The red one is the Callaway Super Fast, and the yellow one, or lime green, whatever you want to call it, is the Super Soft. So I'm going to give both of them a try throughout this round, most likely. We'll stick with the Super Soft for now. Real quick before we get started, I came out here today and with plans of recording a spin video with metallic dots and explaining how to use them, best practices, and etc. And my results with them. And for whatever reason, I don't know if the Garmin's just having a bad day. I was getting a few wonky readings, but I was really struggling to get the same results that I've seen the past few times. So not sure what's going on. I don't know if, again, maybe just the certain weather here today. It's a little bit warmer than it has been, but that shouldn't be too much of an issue, I wouldn't think. But I was getting some misreads, and the spin numbers were only picking up about half to 75% of the shot. So it kept going back and forth between estimating the spin and measuring the spin. So I don't know if I need to go pick up some different kind of tape. I didn't experience that previously in the past few rounds when I was using the metallic dots in the lower altitude, but it is what it is. I took probably 200, I was getting frustrated, I probably took about 200 swings with my 9-iron beforehand, so the back's already sore, but I figured since I set up everything out here, I want to get at least one round in. So all that to say, there's probably going to be some wonky shots both on my part and the Garmin today for whatever reason, and because my back's already fatigued, things are going to be a little bit shorter than probably I would usually expect to play them, but we're going to do our best, give it a go. Usually these courses, these Pete Dye courses, are pretty challenging, so we're playing from the furthest back tees, which are the golds. So hopefully, usually with these longer championship style, the kind of Pete Dye courses, we want to be somewhere bogey golf or better, but that's the goal. So first hole, we got a par 4, 349, up 12 here into this fairway, so we'll go there. I hit nothing for, I think I've been out here for almost 2 hours swinging. Just 9-irons. I hit nothing but 9-irons because I was getting frustrated. Usually, like you've heard me say in all my videos, I'm back to using the 5,300 feet on the altitude, 65% humidity, and 85 degrees. Usually I expect to have my 9-iron be anywhere from 150 to 160, depending on how I hit it. A little bit thinner, a little bit longer, a little bit, if I hit it fat, catch it heavy, a little bit shorter, but those numbers were all over the place, and I was trying to basically explain from my past experiences. I would come out here and, like I have it dialed in now with these settings, I would come out and have right in that ballpark of 150, 160 with the 5,300 feet without the dots. And then the past few rounds I tried out the dots on a few different style of balls, and I was able to drop the altitude. It felt like I was getting more accurate readings, but today, for whatever reason, not the case. So gonna probably take out a little frustration here with some of these swings. Pushed it right. Struck it decent though. .247. Probably should. I do really like these balls though, these Callaway balls. I should have just sucked it up and spent the extra money in the first place instead of those nitro balls, but it is what it is. Second shot. We've got 104 up 7, so we're at 111, and then we'll call it another 11 yards or so because we're in the rough, so we're looking at like 122. I'm gonna go probably about 80-90% pitching wedge here. Again, colder out, so swing speed's down, and then on top of it with all the 200 swings or whatever I did, 2 hours of swinging back here. Definitely can feel my lower back pretty sore. So we'll see how this goes with the pitching wedge here. Struck it decent, but I popped it up a little bit. Took a pretty full swing at it though, so I would think it would get there. Yep. All right. We'll take the par there on the first hole. Second hole, par 4. We've got 380 down 31 yards, so we're obviously somewhere either in the mountains of Colorado or at least partly. Down 31 yards is a good amount here, so we're gonna aim up here. Basically to hit it, 290 right there, I only need a 260 yard drive. And with that 33 yards of downslope, this is gonna play a lot longer. So hopefully we get a good swing here. Wasn't the best contact. That's gonna fade right, I would think, but should be out there, especially with that downslope. Yeah, so that's gonna look good on video 305, but realistically, that was about 270. 75 yards left. I'm just gonna go a little choke down pitching wedge. Hopefully, after all those 9 irons, I hope I don't even have to touch that club for the rest of today. It's frustrating. Eventually I'll get one of those videos out, and it'll probably be out before this, so this will be after the fact by the time this vlog comes out. But it's always frustrating. You come out here, you don't know if it's you for your swing, or you don't know if it's Garmin, if it's a mix between the two. So more of that guessing game, but I guess it kind of comes with the territory for the budget launch monitor type game that we're in. 75 yards, just going pitching wedge. Caught it a little heavy and left. That's gonna be short. Run up there. That might be a +3. We'll see. My plan is bogey, unfortunately. My plan is apparently for whatever reason, the mixture between these balls and the tape or whatever's going on today didn't get the best results. So I'm gonna try buying one different type of roll of tape. The tape that I'm using is HVAC tape. I've seen people in the Garmin forums and the groups suggest just a different type of tape. So I think I might go to Home Depot and buy some aluminum, specifically aluminum tape. Give that a try, and if there's still, I need to have at least like 75, 80, preferably 90, 95% spin readings where it's actually measuring it, not estimating it, because when I lower the altitude, the problem was with these settings, I have it pretty dialed in to where I feel it's accurate to what happens on course. When I lower the altitude though, it's good sometimes when the Garmin reads the spin and it actually measures it, but other times when it doesn't, then I'm back to where it's like 10, 20 yards short again. So I don't know. Third hole, par 3, 220 down 3. So we're at 217. I think I'm gonna go 5 hybrid. Usually 5 hybrid, play it to about 220, 230. I'm thinking with my back fatigue the way it is, I'll probably not get 100% of it to like what I'm used to. So of course, all strike depending like usual. Oh, my left foot slipped a little bit on that, but it's gonna be pretty far right. Should be up there though. Yep, about pin high, but I knew I pushed that one with probably going that way anyways, but I think my foot slipping exaggerated that. 21 yards left. We've got the 10%, so we'll call it 23, 24. So I'm gonna go 60 degree. That might be short left. It'll be on the green, but gonna be another bogey, unfortunately. Not the best swing there. I popped that up. At least now I was going back and forth. You guys have been following the videos with my trying out different ball saga throughout the past probably 10-15 rounds maybe, but at least now I bought a case of each of these balls, so I'm gonna be sticking with these for a while, and at least this will probably be another on top of having all those other things going on that I explained before, getting back to just using these two balls and getting used to them. So from here on out, I'm going to be using these balls, and should be able to get a better feel for them, how they perform, and get used to different types of shots and swings that I take with them and what happens. But all right, 2 over through 2, fourth hole, 440. Can definitely tell, obviously with my 200 shots, but I only hit 9 irons with those. With these shots so far compared to those cheaper, harder nitro balls. These are way softer off the club. They feel hotter off the club. They just feel better in general, but that's what you expect for a more premium, expensive golf ball. Left it right again. Hung it out, but kind of low on the launch as well. 256. All right, we got 188 down 2, so we're at 186. 10%, we'll call that 19-20 yards about. So we're at 206. I'm gonna go, there's water behind. I'm gonna go 4 iron. Usually on course, that's about 210, 215 if I hit it well. I don't think I'm gonna get all of it, so looking for right around 200, 205 or so with the 4 iron. On a good day, a little bit warmer, I could probably muscle up my 5 iron and get the extra 5 yards out of it, but pulled it a little left, but I struck it decent. And again, it says 179. I didn't get all that, but again, you got to add the 20 yards to that, so because we're in the rough, that is. All right, 5th hole, par 4. .322. We got water all over the place on this one, so I'm gonna aim, I think, up by this pine tree. Give ourselves some room if I slice one. Got a little bit of room on the left. Could use just a straight ball, but we'll see what happens. Pretty frustrating when I thought I had the metallic dots and whatnot figured out. I had everything written down, kind of planned out for the video that I was going to do, and then I came out here and was just not experiencing what I had in the past, so kind of felt like a waste of time, but I guess better to be 100% accurate and have all my ducks in a row before I put a video out. Struck it decent. It's going to be right again though. Shouldn't be too far right into the water, I wouldn't think. Decent shot, we'll take that. Not getting the club face around today. Alright, 67 yards, down 1, so we're at 66. 10%, we'll call that another 7. So we're at like 73. Gonna go one of those pitching wedges again. See if I can catch that one a little bit cleaner than I did last time. Looking for right around 75 yards or so with this. That should be better. That might even be on the side of too much, but nope, decent shot there. And you know, I was leaning more and more towards, I resisted it for a while because I felt that I had things pretty dialed in, which I think I still do with these altitude numbers and whatnot, and I was going more and more towards, you know, if I can have the Garmin measure the spin and actually figure things out versus calculating it. Better off to be that way, but based on what I felt today, I'm back into the camp of just leaving things how they are. But that may change, I don't know. Maybe some different tape will change things. All right, 2 over through 5, 6th hole, par 5, 462. We're gonna aim up here. We've got a good amount of room to the left, so I'm gonna go there, give ourselves some room in case I slice one again. Again, this is gonna take a little while for me to edit this video. I kind of do them in order, so by the time this video comes out, I may have already switched over completely to the metallic dots. I highly doubt I will. I may get some RCT balls just to test them, but generally speaking, on course, I don't play Pro V1s. I do if I find them on course, but I don't spend the money because it just, for me, feels like I exaggerate the frustration if I don't hit a good shot in the first place. Then on top of it, if I'm buying Pro V1s, it's another $4 into the woods or the water, etc. So I don't use Pro V1s anyway, so it doesn't make a whole lot of sense for me to use RCTs. But by the time this comes out, I may have figured out the different type of tape. It may be back into that camp, I don't know. Oh, that one was off the heel and left. Definitely feels like I'm striking it better though with these balls. It feels better off the club. 255, it wasn't the best strike, but just the feel and the sound off the clubs with these Callaway balls I do really like. But let me know in the comments if you guys have experienced any good results, bad results, mixed results with either the RCT balls or the metallic dots. I know you can buy the like the sheets of, I've seen them on eBay, the sheets of those pre-made dots that you just peel them off and stick them on. I can't imagine those are a whole lot different than the roll of tape that you can get, but maybe they are. But I'd be curious to hear your thoughts. All right, second shot, we got 237 to the hole. We're gonna go at it. So we got 237, no slope, but 10%, that's gonna be a good 25 yards on top of this. 23.7, 24, 25. So we're looking at 257, 260, maybe just over 260. Gonna go 3 hybrid. Don't think I'll be able to get this there, but you never know. I might surprise myself. Usually play my 3 hybrid on a good day when swing's feeling good, usually to about 250, 260. On occasion I get it up to about 270 off the deck. We'll see what happens here. Oh, I struck it decent. That has a chance. That's gonna fade, but oh, just in the rough. I feel like I hit that one a little bit better than that, and I feel like that came off pretty straight. Garmin might have had that one going a little more right than it actually did, but luckily we're not in the water. Third shot here on a par 5, I guess we'll take it. 49 yards, up 1, so we're at 50. Then we'll call it another 5, so we're at 55. I'm gonna go 52 degree and put a little bit more mustard on my regular 50-yard shot here. Popped it up to the left. Hopefully that catches the front side of the green. All right, we got it there. Seventh hole, par 3. We've got 115 up 1, so we're at 116. I don't love that water on the left, so I'm gonna aim a little bit right, and we're gonna go slightly choke down pitching wedge. I apologize if you guys don't really care about me talking about the metallic dots and spin readings and whatnot, but it's fresh in my mind, so I'm just thinking it's kind of unfortunate that I really wish that I could figure it out to where it's picking those things up and I'm getting accurate readings like this, but I know for a fact with these settings that I have right now that I've been playing with and you guys have been seeing that everything stays consistent, even if the spin numbers are just estimated and they're not exactly right. I don't really know what my spin numbers are on course anyways. Like, I have an idea and I have a ballpark, but for my level of play, I don't think I'm necessarily a super high spin player anyways. Like, I don't try to put it past the pin and spin it back. I just try to play to total distances. So for me, it might just be not as applicable as to others. So for me, the biggest thing is just the yardage being accurate, and I can come out here, hit clubs that I would on course, and just take swings in practice. So a little bit left, but we aimed right. That should be a decent number, I would think. Didn't get all of it, but I didn't need all of it. All right, good shot there. And who knows, to my knowledge, Garmin hasn't put out any updates besides the last one, which was probably a month or two ago now, when they actually started to support the RCT balls and the metallic dots. So maybe they'll put out a new update. It'll improve the reading and the accuracy of the metallic dots. Maybe that will change things, but again, I need it to be, I'm fine with the one or two like odd misreads if I switch to completely metallic dots and Garmin doesn't pick it up, and maybe one or like a few shots out of the round come up 10 to 20 yards short or whatever. But if it's happening like every other shot or like once a hole, that's going to be more frustrating than what it's worth to get the super accurate numbers. So, but 8th hole, par 4, 326. We're going to aim there. Hopefully we get this out there and don't catch those pine trees. But part of this is a rant, part of it is it kind of helps me, I think. One, I got to talk about something out here, otherwise I'll go crazy if I'm just playing in silence. But I think it helps me also kind of think through some of the things that I'm trying to do and what I would like ultimately for Garmin to do as I'm talking about it out loud to you guys out here. Low on the club face, hopefully it doesn't catch that tree. I think it did, but we're through. We'll have a look at the green, I think. All right, 107 up 8, so we're at 115, and then we'll add another 10, 11 to it, so 125, 126 or so. I'm gonna go pretty much full pitching wedge, maybe just take a tad off it, so like 90% if I can do that. Usually full pitching wedge is about 135, 140 or so, so if I just choke down a little bit on it, take a little bit off of it. Oh, that was kind of thin and left. Probably a little bit generous. I don't know if that would have been on the green in real life. That was definitely on the longer side, and that was probably realistically a little more left, but it is what it is. We'll take it. 9th hole, par 4. 241. Short par 4 here, and it's down 13 yards. So we're looking at 231, like 228. I'm gonna go 5 hybrid, I guess. I'll go 4 hybrid. Back still feeling sore. I'll club up 1. I have a feeling if I slice 1 or if I fade like they usually do, it might catch those trees, so a little bit extra distance won't be a bad thing here. 4 hybrid, usually play this to about 240-ish on a good day. I don't think I'll get 240 out of this, but maybe. We'll see. Kind of thin, low and right. That might be right into those trees. Oh, did we sneak it through? Oh man, too much too. Did it stay on the green? +2, birdie. Wow, that was probably generous. We'll take that. It's funny, sometimes with those hybrids, when I first got them, I was kind of struggling to launch them. They do come out kind of low, but they do kind of, I wouldn't necessarily say balloon, but they do rise up. That one, it might have been a little generous on the Garmin's part. That one felt it was like kind of low, but I think we got lucky through those trees and we got it there, so I hit it decent. 10th hole, we're now even thanks to that birdie. Par 3, we got 194 down 1, so we're at 193, right between a 6 and a 5. Usually 6 irons 190, 5 irons about 200. Gonna go 5, take the extra half a club. Oh, I hit that pretty good. That's gonna fade, but that should be pretty close to 200. Yep, 201 on the dot. A little bit long right, but all right. Probably could have hit the 6 there. These Callaway balls, definitely, if you guys have played these, I've played a few of the regular, just like glossy white super softs. I don't know if they make super fast in the white, but I know I've played various different models of the Callaway regular balls in the glossy white, and they don't seem to have the same performance. They're not as hot off the club as these matte ones, so I would suggest if you guys can get your hands on a couple, try it out, even if it's just a sleeve or if your buddy gives you one. From my experience, these are definitely, they feel better off the club, and they actually not only just feel, they actually perform probably a good 5 to 10 yards. Some people even said, if you look on Amazon at reviews, some people said 15 yards. That might be a little bit much, but they definitely are hotter. They do feel and are actually hotter off the club, in my experience. Could just be a person by person swing, different swing kind of basis, but 15 yards, 10%, well, another maybe 2 to that, so 17 yards is just gonna go 60 degree. Should be decent. Take the par. 11th hole, par 5. 546. I don't love these trees here by the tee box, but we're gonna aim up here. We'll see what happens. I was thinking when I was out here doing the 9 irons before, when I was anticipating making the came out here, I was just gonna expect to hit a few warm-up shots like I usually do, record the video and then play maybe 2 or 3, maybe even 3 rounds, because it's a little bit warmer out here today. But it brought me back to when I first got the Garmin. I was for a good amount of those shots, everything was just all over the place and things were coming up short. It brought me back to when I first got the Garmin and I was swinging out of my shoes back here trying to get it to go my regular distances on course, and everything was just 20 yards short, and I'd have to really swing out of my shoes to get it to go even close to what I'm used to hitting on course. But it brought me back to those days when I was messing around with the dots beforehand. That was hit decent. Started a little right. I would think that would draw back. Should be pretty close to down the middle. Yep. Not super far, 269, but pretty good fairway finder down the middle type drive. Alright. A lot of yardage left, 278. Where's the pin? Pin's up to the left. So we're gonna aim kind of up here. Usually my hybrids fade, so I'm gonna aim there, hit the 3 hybrid. Let's see if we can get 250 plus out of this. I've been thinking, I bought the 2 cases of these Callaway ball specifically for out here, because generally for the most part I got a bag full of balls, and I got a couple buckets full of balls that I found over the past few years. Usually I just use those on course, so like I said again, I don't want to spend the money and further frustrate myself if I hit some bad shots or have a bad round. So I'm still undecided if I'm actually going to use these on course. I might just stick to these Callaway balls back here, so I can really get some good use and my money's worth out of them back here. A little bit off the heel, started left, should come back right. I think I saw we might have caught that tree. Took some distance off of it, but we gotta look at it. 58 yards up 2, so we're at 60. We'll call it another 6 yards on top of that, so 66. Gonna go choke down pitching wedge. Oh, hit the mat first. That's gonna be short right. "25 yards, up 1. That was a waste of a stroke there. That was unfortunate. 26, and then call it another 3. So right around 29. Basically just gonna play my regular 30-yard shot with my 56 here. Should be decent. Maybe closer to 25 than 30, but should be in the ballpark. Yeah, 22, and then, or 20 yards rather, and then you gotta add probably the 3 yards because we're in the rough, so that was like 23 versus 30. I feel like I popped that one up just a tad, but and I'm thinking too, I mean, with the metallic dots, again, it would be nice if it picked it up like 95, 100% of the time, but I was thinking too, if I have people over here, it doesn't happen that frequently where I have friends and family over to play, but I'd have to remember to, obviously you can't change altitude in between shots and whatnot, that would be a pain, but I'd have to remember to have them put the dots on their balls, and they don't play usually all the same balls anyways. They probably got a bag full of different balls, most of the people that I play with, so that would be kind of a pain anyways, so I don't know. It might just be one of those things where I know I probably could get some more accurate readings if I really took the time to figure it out, but I believe I'm in the ballpark and it's pretty close to what I have right now, so I might just stick with this. I don't know. I guess I'm kind of still in the frustrated camp from before, so maybe I'll change my mind again, but 167 up 3, so we're right at 170. Gonna go 8 iron. Usually 8 iron on course, 170, 175. Probably today closer to 170, so it should be, if I hit this decent, a good number here. A little bit thin, and that's gonna fade right. Hopefully that stays on the green. Short right. I would have thought that one would have been a little bit longer, but is what it is. Maybe a slight misread there. 17 yards left. We're in the fairway, so I'm just gonna go 60 degree. And I've said it before, I'll continue to say it. I feel as though my numbers that I have back here with these settings, everyone's setup is different compared to, or based on inside, outside, your surroundings, where you are in the country, I believe also plays a factor of your regular altitude to begin with. I know some people in those Garmin groups, they have to put their altitude all the way up to 10,000 and max it out, and some of them still feel it short. So I feel like from out of the box, Garmin's are a little bit different anyways. The R10s, some people straight out of the box, they felt everything was spot on where it should be. Other people, I've always been in the camp where everything's been short from day one, but I believe I'm in the ballpark. So if anything is either, I think I'm within 5 to 10 yards, probably closer to 5, honestly, for these clubs. So if I go, when the weather turns into next golf season, if I go out there and everything is either, you know, 10-20 yards short or long, I'm only hurting myself in the long run. So I don't believe that to be the case, but it's not like I'm out here trying to jack up the numbers for the video just so I can hit 400-yard drives. Should be decent, maybe a little short. Yeah, I caught the front side of that inner circle, I believe. Thirteenth hole, par 5. 508. And I do still believe, I remember when I started using these Callaway balls, when I found them, at this point, it was probably like 2 months ago, I cracked all 3 of them that I think that I had, because I used them so much back here. I just split them in half from hitting them, but I remember when I first started using them, I remember saying that I felt like Garmin did a better job picking up the spin, and it was more accurate than just regular glossy balls. So I think these are a step up anyways. They're probably somewhere in between, like I said before, somewhere in between of just regular white glossy balls and like an RCT or one with metallic dots. So I think I'm like halfway there anyways with these balls. So that was struck decent. A little bit off the heel. That's gonna go left, but .267. I didn't check the slope on that, but that was probably in the ballpark. Decent swing. Grab some water real quick. And hey, at the end of the day, if you think my numbers are all jacked up and I'm not really hitting the distances that show up on Garmin that reflect it, either short or long, you're entitled to your opinion. I don't think that's the case, but it may be. 242, up 9, so I'm gonna go 3 hybrid. I need something right around 250-ish. And because I'm the one out here playing and putting it on video on top of it, I'm probably a little more self-conscious than I probably should be about some of these numbers. Obviously, I want to be, if I'm putting it out to the world on the internet and recording it, I want to be as accurate as possible. But it's not like people are complaining every single video that these numbers are way off, so I'm just trying to err on the side of being as accurate as I can. A little bit thin. That's gonna spray right, but should be just a wedge left. And for a 3 hybrid that I didn't hit well, like 227, that was probably about right. Considering I've on course hit that thing most of the time, 250, 260, like I say, and there's been a few that I've hit kind of when it's been sitting up in the rough. I've got it to about low 270s, so for not a great strike, that was probably pretty close. 27 yards. We'll add another 3 to that because we're in the rough, so right around 30. Gonna go 56. Hit the mat first, and it's gonna be right. Probably still be on the green, but not the best wedge shot there. And furthermore, it's not like I just randomly came out here and picked these settings just for the heck of it. It took me a while to come and finally settle on these altitude numbers. And if you guys caught my original video of when Garmin came out with the update, I was originally at 4,500 feet elevation, but that was before I changed the setup here with the bricks and the mulch and everything else. So I had to experiment after that once I changed it again. So a good amount of trial and error went into finding these settings that work good for me, which I would suggest for all you R10 users. You got to really figure out what you think you actually hit on course, what you play your clubs to, and then just adjust the settings as you see fit. 14th hole, par 4, 322, but we're down 20 yards. So I don't think we'll get this there. Maybe though. Probably end up in that bunker, but we're gonna take driver at it. And I think that will definitely not get it there because I would have to hit it 300 yards for it to go about 322. So on a good drive, I'll probably only hit it about 280 today, which would put us closer to 300, which would still be a good 20-25 yards short. But we'll see what happens here. Decent swing, a little bit off the heel. .282, so that was only about 260. Granted, the bunker just killed the distance. There was no rollout, but so we got 41, and here we go with the bunker numbers. 41 yards up one, so we're at 42, and then 20%, that would be 8 yards. In my experience, it plays longer than that, so I'm going to play it closer to like 15, 16 yards. So I think I need about 55 yards or so here. I'm going to go 52 degree. Oh, that was horrendous. Get lucky. Wow, that was lucky. I almost missed the ball completely on that. Took a generous bounce there out of that sand into the rough. .15th hole, par 3. Got 144 down 1. So we're at 143. Usually that's kind of in between. Strong pitching went soft 9, so I'm gonna go soft 9. Well, I guess there goes my wish of not having to hit my 9 iron. Let's see, those 200 odd swings helped it all. If I get a hole in one here with this 9 iron, that would make all the frustration of swings beforehand worth it. A little bit thin. It's gonna be straight. All right, we'll take that. All right, 16th hole, par 4, 435, down 7 yards. We're gonna aim right there, see what happens. Definitely feels good to not only hit other things besides 9 irons, but have some decent drives, get some fuller swings in, and take out, like I said, a little frustration. About the same as the other ones. Should be relatively straight. Didn't clobber it, but should be out there, maybe 250 or 260, 270. And 282, so realistically that was about 275. I think we just ran into the rough. Yep. So 155, the pin's kind of looking like it's sloping left to right, kind of tucked up in there. 155 down 3, so we're at 152, and then we'll add 16 yards to that, so 162, 168. I'm gonna go 8 iron. versus trying to muscle up that stupid 9-iron. Struck it decent. A little bit thin, but we were just short. $18 yards, down one, so we're at 17. Caught another 2, so we're right around 20, 19, 20 yards or so. I'll go 56 and take a little bit off of it. Came out kind of hot and bright. Branch just fell down. I don't know if you guys could hear that. 17th hole, par 3. I mean, we're one over. I think all my talking has been I've been focusing on what I've been saying and what I was experienced before. I'm kind of just going through the shots without thinking a whole lot about it. It seems to be working out. +1 will take that for this type of course. Hasn't been the most challenging, but from these further back tees, there's been a few longer holes. 168 up 4, so we're at 172. I guess I'll go 8-iron again. I haven't been getting much on the 8-irons lately. See if I can get 270 out of this. Oh, that was even thinner and bright. That was horrendous. Hopefully there's not water or anything up there. It's probably going to be off the trees. That one, definitely accurate. Short right. Alright, 27 yards. Caught another 3 because we're in the rough, so 30 yards. Going to go my regular 56 degree. Pulled it left. And actually, now that I'm thinking about it, with all the distance talk last night before I came out, like I said, I was planning on doing this video. I actually went back and looked at the videos, the early videos I had posted on course, just to see. I don't believe the first maybe 1 or 2 on course vlogs, maybe just the first one. I think Richmond, I didn't do it, but after that, I started taking down notes of all the yardages based on my GPS, and I went back and kind of looked at some of the yardages I was hitting when I hit decent shots, and I'm right in the ballpark of what I think I should be hitting and what I actually did on course and what these settings are out here now. So if you guys are curious, go check out some of those on course vlogs. You'll see that I'm not BSing with my my yardage numbers. 412, 18th hole. We're 2 over now. Down 22 yards, so let's see if we can get a hold of one. Granted, I still need to edit and put out a good amount of on-course vlogs. Those take a while, but those ones that are out now were towards the I can't exactly remember when I started doing these videos, but they were at least towards the middle-ish of the summer, so they were pretty hot and humid, but there were holes out there where I was hitting. That was before, too, when I was really, it was only been somewhat recently I've been trying to lower my launch on some of these clubs, so I was playing everything, almost everything towards my front foot and popping things up, but I was still getting, like for 9-irons, for example, I was getting a good 160, 165 for some of those shots that I was hitting, so if anything, some of these numbers may be even a tad short. Decent swing. Should draw back a little bit. Didn't clobber it, but the 20 yards of downslope should help. Generous bounce there for sure. So 312 realistically, probably 290-ish maybe with the bounce. We'll take that all day long though. 105 down one, so we're at 104. Just gonna go choke down pitching wedge into this. And two, if you're just looking at, if you go and look at some of those videos, I switched out my driver and I didn't even have the hybrids in some of those. So I'm with this driver, as I've explained when I first got this, it's 9 degrees or 9.5, whatever it is, compared to my 10.5 other one, plus the other one, the black. You'll notice it's the RBZ black. It has the black head versus obviously the white one on this one, which is the older one. This model is not only older, so older technology, but when I got that RBZ black one, I was really struggling with the slice, so I cut it down. I think I cut it down a good inch and a half. So this club, it's longer, and the shaft is longer, and the loft is down, so I'm getting an extra probably 10-20 yards out of this driver alone compared to the other one. Plus I think I've improved my swing since then as well. Almost just hit a full pitching wedge there. That wouldn't have been good. I don't know if I put enough on that. It's gonna be straight, but hopefully that catches the front side. I don't know if it will. Nope. Too much talking. That one, the talking didn't benefit me on that one, but +3. It's gonna be a bogey to finish it, but not too bad. Let's take a look at the scorecard. So, from Copper Creek Golf Club, and somewhere around the area of Frisco, Colorado. I think it's like Copper Creek Mountain, I think I said it was, within Home T Hero, but we ended up with a 72 3 over. Not too bad. 35 on the front. We went 3 over on the back. So we were even on the front, and then the back, we had those 3 bogeys, but 4 out of 12 fairways. I actually felt like I hit driver decent with these balls, but we only hit a little bit lower. Some of those were just into the rough, so a little bit low. We want to be at least 6 there. Greens of regulation 11 out of 18. We'll take that. That's over 50%. And then 32 putts, right in between 1.5, 2 putts a hole, just under 2 putts a hole. So we'll take it. But for a +3 for a Pete Dye course, usually pretty challenging. And again, from the furthest back tees, we'll take that all day. So I'm going to be chasing daylight here, out here. I'm going to try to play one more video, but we'll see. Hopefully by the time this is out, I've had at least 1 or 2 videos out about my decisions with the spin and the metallic dots. Maybe Garmin puts out another update between then too, who knows. But I guess for the time being, we're going to be sticking with no dots and the 5,300 feet of altitude. But don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you have any recommendations or requests for courses you'd like to see me play. Anything from your local municipal course up to like a world famous course, preferably one I haven't played yet on the channel, but just let me know in the comments, give me the name of the course and the location, and I'll respond to you. But until next time guys, see you at the next course.